So there's this funny thing that happens when you're a therapist, and it's kind of similar to that whole effect where when you get a new car or you're thinking about getting a specific car, you see it everywhere. Or you hear a song for the first time and you're into it, then you hear it everywhere. Your attention gets really biased toward the specific thing. And the same thing can kind of happen when you're a therapist or a psychologist where you come up with a really good insight in a therapy session or a really good piece of advice or something comes out just naturally and organically that you really like and you want to hold on to that. And then you find yourself using it over and over again during that week or that month where it seems to apply to a lot of different people. I think this is kind of like the basis of like where horoscopes kind of come into play, where sometimes the advice really plays out in a general way and it applies to so many different people. But for one reason or another, these things kind of just like tend to come in waves, and you tend to find a lot of situations that have the same sort of advice that's applicable to them. So I want to share with you one of those pieces of advice that's been coming up a lot recently. And this is advice about using the phone. So when you're talking on the phone with somebody, this very specific piece of advice, very good for people who have like social anxiety or who are in a difficult work situation or something like that, where you talk on the phone. And this can apply to an extent to people in person, but it works best on the phone because you're going to be using a notepad, and that's a little bit harder to use when you're in like a face-to-face conversation. But, picture the scenario where you have to call somebody for work and you need a very specific piece of information for them, but they tend to be difficult. Maybe they tend to get sidetracked, they tend to talk over you. It's really hard to get your point across or get what you need from them. There's something specific that needs to happen in this conversation, but no matter what, every time you talk to this person or every time you get into this scenario, either you get flustered or they intentionally try to fluster you, they try to sidetrack you, they make up excuses, whatever, and the point never gets, said, or the thing that you need never gets done. And the piece of advice that I have for that is very, very, very simple. It's to, one, pause. Before you go from one thing into another, give yourself a transition. Just wait a second and think about what it is that you want to get out of this next exchange. Anticipate how it's going to be. So I know that when I talk to John, he's always sidetracking me. He always tries to talk about sports when I don't really like sports. He always tries to kind of imply that I'm dumb or something like that, make me feel stupid, whatever the case may be. So take a moment, take a deep breath, let yourself calm down, settle in, realize you're about to start something new, so you don't need to dive into it head first. Think about a few things that may be important to remember in anticipation, things that you know for pretty sure that are going to happen. And then what you want to do, once you find out that sort of piece of information or your objective, whatever it is that you want to happen, whatever it is that you want to get out of this conversation, write it down on a piece of paper. And just write it down really plainly and, keep it in front of you. So what you would write is like, let's see. Say we're in this work situation with John. He's going to sidetrack us, whatever. You could write down your objective, which might be something like, get John's expense reports, all right? So all you would do is write, get John's expense reports, like that. So you write it down right in the middle of the page, and you can write a few other things too, but you want to keep this front and center because this is what you're focusing on. And the reason you have it in your physical environment, and I know this is kind of silly, it's kind of stupid and simple, but what happens is you're going through the conversation and you start to feel emotionally flustered. Like, okay, I'm not getting to the point. How do I get back to the point? He's not getting me what I want. He's giving me the runaround. I can't do this. I'm going to have to try again another time, blah, blah, blah. You want to look at this on your paper and think, okay, this is the rule. This is the rule. I need to remember, I just need to get John's expense reports. So when John's saying, okay, well, blah, 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 don't forget Susie did this and Susie did that and blah, 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 blah. You say, okay, sorry, John, I'm going to cut in here. I don't know how we got so off track. I need to get your expense reports. And he goes, oh, yeah, I know, I'm working on them. But anyway, blah, 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 blah. And then you kind of say, okay, John, look, that's fine. I'm sorry to be weird and rude about this, but I just need your expense reports. That's the only reason that I called you. And you just keep returning to that. And so this is a little reminder just telling you what your objective is. And this could go for a lot of things. It could go for a conversation with your insurance company. It could go for a conversation with, a healthcare provider, your parent, whatever the case may be. Write down and think about it beforehand what you want to get out of that call, and then keep circling back to that. And the point is, this takes away the pressure of you having to weave this intricate thing to get to your point, you having to say things perfectly correct. You don't have to say this correctly. You just need to get back to the point. Even if you stumble over your words, as long as this is said, you're going to be working toward your point. So even if you're like, oh, well, John, oh my goodness, what was I saying? Oh yeah, expense reports. I need your expense reports. That's fine. Like you could feel dumb about it, you can stumble around, but if you get back to that point, that's what you were trying to get out of it. So it's just like a little teeny piece of advice, specifically for the phone, but it's come up a lot actually recently with 3 or 4 different people, and it's really served them well, both in a therapeutic context, people that I've worked with there, friends and family members, that kind of thing. It's just a really good strategy to keep that point in mind. And then the other part of it is making sure you give yourself that transition. And that transition is so important for, a variety of reasons. A lot of times we sort of go through our day and we're just kind of stumbling from one thing to another to another to another. We're just kind of like falling through our day and not giving ourselves a chance to stop, plan ahead, regroup, write down a couple bullet points. What are we about to do? Even if it's like coming home from work, you're about to come home from work, rather than busting through the door and say, oh God, this is so bad, blah, 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 and letting things kind of just flow from there. Sit in your car for a minute in the driveway, just sit there and go, okay, I'm back from work. What's going to happen next? What do I know is going to happen? My dog's going to jump on me. This person's going to say that, whatever. And what do I want to happen? What do I want to get out of this? And then go ahead and do that thing. So just give yourself that pause, give yourself that moment of regrouping and just kind of getting your head on straight before you dive into the next thing. So that's my quick little advice to you. It's currently a Wednesday, so I'm locked in my office doing some work, and I'm feeling pretty good. So I thought I would just share that little clinical tidbit with you, and I'll definitely be back for more soon.